Good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. This is Mr. Novikov, and I'm here today to bring you how to build the USS Narwhal, SS-9. This submarine is a much larger variant uh, commissioned by the United States Navy following the uh, somewhat successful trial run of the USS Holland. The USS Narwhal is uh, a variant of the Plunger Class in that it's been upscaled and given more firepower. So the Plunger Class I have not built here, but it's very similar to the uh, Holland class. In the case of the Plunger, it's just a little bit bigger, a little bit longer. And in the case of the Narwhal, it's the same thing with a much, much more elongated hull and a dedicated conning tower with an actual periscope, unlike the previous designs where you would have to sit inside the conning tower with your head poking out, basically, in order to actually see the enemy. Up here on the top, for trimming bits, I have my tensioning wire running fore to aft. I have my guardrail on the top of the conning tower with this periscope. On the interior, we have a ladder coming down, and on the inside we have a lectern acting as the engineering officer of the watch's position here, or the boat's skipper of the ship, alongside with some redstone blocks and lanterns for lighting. For our engine, we have count them, two anvils acting as our diesels. On the forward portion here, on the inside, we have 4 redstone levers acting as ballast control, torpedo launchers, etc., however you wanted to use them. And on the forward portion, we have 2 deep slate buttons. Sorry, polished blackstone buttons. For the materials for this, I have used polished deep slate in its many, many forms, and stone in its many, many forms. However, use whatever material you would like to use. My suggestion, if you're going to make this, is to use a gray and light gray, or black and gray. I could also see people using something like red and white on the top, like normal surface ships, but do as you see fit. This is ultimately designed for aesthetic purposes, not so much as a player home. Do with this as you will. If you know any better interior designs than what I have here, which is probably very likely, then please send me a comment about it or make a video with it. If you use this in a video, make sure to credit me with the original design for the hull. Everything else you can do yourself. I'm not going to make a big deal about you using this. Anyway, with that out of the way, with the introduction, let's get to work on the first layer. So, the first layer here, we're going to come out by 3, 2, 3. And on this block, we're going to go up by a half, and this is going to be a run of 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's see if that's what I need here. 14, 15, 16. All right, and that is the first layer. All right, so layer 2 is going to, for the most part, mirror layer 1. Or I guess expand layer 1. So we're going to come up with a step like this and go out. Whatever I do to one side, you do the other side. I will continue the other side whenever I get there. However, it's mirrored, so if you just want to watch this part and then skip over to the next part, that works for me. So we're going to just follow this the entire way through, from the beginning to the end. Apologies for this being so dull and slow, but it pays to not make mistakes. All right. Like that. All right, now that you have this, you're going to come up here to the front. You're going to place 3 of whatever your block is right here in this configuration. Then you come to the front and add 1 slab there. Now, come to the back, and we go back by 1 and place 2 upper slabs. We continue with this march forward. Place 1 step like this, 2 stone, and then finish out like this. And this is layer 2. I actually almost forgot for this layer. So we're going to go take our steps and go back by 4. Then we're going to take our slabs and go back by 5 on each side. 5, 2, 4. All right. And with that, we will move on to the next layer. All right, and now we're back with layer number 3. Just going to build everything up by 1. And let me grab this dispenser here. So we're going to place dispensers there and there. And then we're going to place an inward-facing step here and here. So if this was a real ship, there would be torpedo tubes on the side with only a couple millimeters of steel between the crew and the ocean outside in which to place the torpedoes. But in this case, we don't really have the luxury of that. So these inward-facing stairs will suffice for that, to show you that there is in fact something there to load it into. Then here on the sides, I'm going to have 2, 3, 4 blocks, upon which we will place controlling levers in a bit. And then we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to follow the rest of layer number 3 all the way, or 2 all the way back to here, in which place we're going to make a corner here. This corner is important, because without that corner, we cannot continue this back. Now once we get to here, we're going to wall around this, bring it back, then you're going to take your slab and place it there. This right here makes the bay for our anvils. These anvils, place them as such. And now we will continue on our merry way, making the rest of this layer. Now back here, things get a little interesting. I'm going to put 2 slabs there, a block here. I'm going to bring these slabs all the way back. Sick. So now we're going to come over here. I'm going to grab our iron bars, place 1 here and 1 here, or to signify that we have a rudder. Then I'm going to switch those iron bars for the grindstone. I'm going to place 1 right here to act as our propeller for this particular design. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and grab all of our trim blocks from all our interior design blocks over here, because they are important. Mas importante, if you will. All right, so for our redstone lamp, we're going to come back by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Place it there. Redstone. 2 deep slate. Then we're going to continue back with our redstone all the way back until here, where we place our last redstone lamp. And then we're going to go ahead and grab some ladders. Place a ladder right there. This will eventually become our only way in and out of the submarine. And that is layer number 3. And now we're going to move on to layer 4. I'm going to bring everything up by 1. With the dispensers, we're going to place our steps on them as so. Going to bring everything up by 1. On these 4 here, we're going to place normal facing stairs on each side. And then we're going to place an upside down step on these going this direction. Until we reach the final three. So here, we're going to go and take our steps, make them normal. Right here, we're going to take upside down steps and go all the way around, much like we did on the previous layer with this area. This should give the illusion that this area is a little bit bigger than it actually is, which is perfect for what you're going to be using it for, which is just a little engine bay. Thanks, ladder. I needed you there. Then we come back over here to this portion here, and we're going to place a single block here. I'm going to go and grab slabs, 1, 2. Then we grab our steps, and right there. And that's going to finish up this tail section here, with the exception of these little pieces coming up the next layer. We're going to bring up this by 1. We're going to add our ladder there. So if you come inside, we can see there's 2 sets of ladder here. So the next layer, we're going to add that trapdoor. All right. So let's move on to layer number 5. All right. So for this next layer, we're going to start back here, which is, in my opinion, the easiest portion. We're going to go in by 2, go up, back by 2. Then we're going to take our other slabs, our hull slabs, and we're going to bring those all the way back until we reach about here. Then we're going to take our blocks and surround our ladder with them, placing a slab here. Bring this back like that, and let's just fill this in. Alright, so this here should equal about 8 blocks. This one here should be 10. So 10 blocks here, up to here, there should be 3. This forward portion here for our upper slabs is 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. On the forward portion, right here, take a stone slab and a stone block. Then we're going to have a block of our hull material. We're going to go back by 7. Flame last. We're going back by. No, it is by 7. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 7. I'll just fill this in so that way it's all nice and even. All right. Now this is recommended build for a later build of Minecraft. So like 1.18 is what I'm recommending for this, just like I recommend for all of my designs thus far, as it provides the greatest immersion. Now that we have this here, we are done with this layer. Pretty simple, not too hard. Now let's move on to the next one. Alright, so for the next layer, we're going to go and take our stone slab, take a block, and then we're going to slab up the rest of this up to here. Now we're going to take our stone step, place like this, and we're going to build up our entire portion like this, our entire conning tower like that, placing a step at the back of it, and then continue on with our slabs to here. And that is this layer. That is layer number 6. Not a hard layer. Honestly, a little underwhelming. On to layer number 7, which is going to be even less whelming. All right, layer number 7 is very simple. We're going to bring this back by 2, over by 1, back by 2. You're going to take your stone stairs, place them like that, with one like this, and the creme de la creme, the trapdoor on top with a ladder between the two. So when they're both open, you should be able to climb in and out. And aside from the trim bits, which you can pause the video and add yourself if you would like to, aside from the trim, this hull is done. If you liked the video, leave a like and a comment if you will. If you didn't like the video, you can, well, thumbs down if you want. If you would like to see more like this, you can subscribe, as I will be doing many, many more. And that is it. Have a nice day, everybody, and I'll never see you again.